Take two on this one, everyone. So we had our players queued up. We felt good about them. Then we started doing some counting. And we realized we only had 1, 2, 3 wide receivers through 8 rounds so far. And we're going to be completing rounds. Sorry, through 7 rounds so far. We're going to be completing rounds 8, 9. That means that, 10, 11 could be like a double tap a wide receiver. And that might make the most sense when we get to it. Or we need to pass on either Brock Purdy or Jaylen Warren here and grab another wide receiver. Now, I was looking at this and I was trying to justify which one made the most sense. I already got the relatively big bet here on Brock Purdy with Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk. I don't have any bringbacks, though, on the Lions, so it's not as big from that perspective. So I might be able to justify not taking him here, possibly. That being said, in these drafts, you don't know where the quarterbacks are going to be taken a lot of times. And I'm starting to feel like unless you have a really, really good reason, you should just take the quarterback. I'm pushing them in some of these and they just get sniped every time. Or I'm watching other people's take these quarterbacks well before ADP with no correlation. I don't know what everyone's doing in these drafts a little bit. So I think when the opportunity arises, you got to take it. Also, when I look here and see what's available from an ADP perspective, I don't know if I see much different. I mean, I see a difference, but I'd feel just as good for the most part with these guys. And some of these might fall possibly, right? Maybe not, but I feel just as good with some of these guys as I would with some of these guys over here too. So with that, we're going to stick with our plan. Grab Brock Purdy and Jaylen Warren here. Jaylen Warren's going to give us a really nice third running back here. He does have the same buy as McCaffrey, but that's okay. We'll figure that out later on. And so we're going to go Brock Purdy, Jaylen Warren at the turn. It's going to pair up it's going to make our San Francisco stack. And then we're going to have three really good running backs. I also like how I'm waiting until, the 9th round to grab this one. We've been looking at a lot of other teams where they take that third running, but they take too early. They take that third running back in round 6 or 7 or something like that. We're waiting until round 9, the beginning of round 9, or end of round 8. But I think we're getting a lot of value here with this one, so we should feel good about it. Brock Purdy first, Jaylen Warren second. Start in the 9th round. Okay, next draft. This one here, another on the turn. 8, 9. No, yeah, 8, 9. Here, just like the other one. So same place. This one here, we don't have a quarterback either. Both drafts, we took Christian McCaffrey with the first pick. So they're progressing at essentially the same speed. This draft, I like what we did in that we predicted that we were going to run into issues at quarterback in this one. And those predictions, I think, are holding true for the most part. If we look here, we could take Jaden Daniels slightly ahead of ADP. But what we did was we have a Tampa Bay thing started just with one player. But we got a bring back with Carolina. We also opened up the Chargers also. And I feel like this is giving us a lot of flexibility here, knowing that we're not going to probably get the quarterbacks. The only real one that we have open up right now that I didn't mention is Miami, but I'm not going to take Tua here at the 8-9 turn. And I'm probably not going to end up getting him because he's probably going to get taken by Tyreek Hill before the 120. Now, if he makes it to 120, I think we're taking it all day long. I just don't think it's going to get there. That being said, we do have Herbert if we wanted to do like the Chargers thing. We can also wait for Tampa Bay, Carolina. One problem there is that they both have the same bye, which is annoying seeing they have the same bye and they have the same, they're week 17 bring back. So that makes things challenging when you have Tampa Bay and Carolina, but you can make it work. So we're gonna go here and take two players. Let's see where they are. The best running back on the board and the second best tight end on the board. That being said, I like Bowers more than Njoku. I just don't know what, I feel like there's a lot of unknowns with both of them. And I'm hoping that the unknowns in Las Vegas are more exciting than the unknowns in Cleveland. Also, when I get the Miami thing going, which I have before, and I kind of have a little bit of it right now, but that would be one reason to take it. That way I get the other side of that game, actually. And that opens up a Cleveland thing. And we already said that we like here at the 120 pick, we can take their number 2 wide receiver, most likely, and Jerry Jeudy there if we want to. A little bit ahead of ADP, but I think that's fine with him. And then we have the other side of the Miami game if we don't get the side we really want, which would be the Tua side. I think that maybe makes more sense. Also at this pick here, we might have, sometimes you can get Ford to fall here. And if we have McCaffrey, Brooks, and Ford as our first 3 wide running backs, we should feel pretty good about that. Just want to make sure that Watson is at 153 and Bryce Young down here at 180. So they won't go on, they won't fall on top of each other. And then if we wanted Baker Mayfield, there's maybe even a chance. They're not too close. 145, 153. Let's see, 120. Okay, so if we wanted either one of those players, we'd have to take them here at the 144, 145. So we could take both of them or one of them, depending on what we want to do. We'll have enough running backs, so we'll feel good there. So we're going to go and take So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to remove Bowers from the queue. And we're actually going to take, let's do this. I guess where I can navigate this. We're going to take Njoku here instead. Don't like him as much, but he's, the crowd likes him more and he correlates with this team better. So we're going to go Njoku, boom, and then Jonathan Brooks, making changes to both of them. One of them on the stream, or not the stream, the recording. The other one I'd stop it, start all over again. Okay, next one. We got sniped on this one, unfortunately. We wanted Antonio Gibson, not an exciting pick, but we've gotten sniped. We got sniped. We got a multi-snipe here is what this was. If we look at this draft, how was it a multi-snipe? I know it was, I can tell you that much. We were hoping for a quarterback. I swear it was a multi-snipe for some reason. Maybe it wasn't. We have been, maybe not a multi-snipe, but we've been trying to figure out things at quarterback on this one, and it has not looked good at all. We finally realized when we got done here, okay, this time to make a move. Let's do a New England thing. And this guy took Vidal and Gibson. I got Douglas, which I think is the more important part of a stack with New England. Disappointed that I wasn't able to get Gibson as well. From a running back perspective, I have 4 late ones, but 4 pretty good late ones. And now we're at pick 170. We're going to get another running back. We got Jalen Wright. We had a couple of different running backs to choose from. That's why we went with the wide receiver first. We're going to go and take Wright at this point in time. And then on the way back around, We're probably taking, I mean, we're definitely taking if he's available, Drake May. And then the other one, we'll have to see. We could take like a Luke McCaffrey. If we wanted to, or if we wanted to right here, would we want to go with this? If we wanted a really funny, crazy build, instead of Jalen right here, we could go with 3 week 14 QBs. How crazy would that be? And 3 week 14 rookie QBs. I feel like it's so stupid that you almost have to do it. So to set that up, and I got enough running back power potentially. I mean, it's not fantastic, but I don't think Jalen Wright guarantees that it adds anything here. And at the very least, for the lulls, it might make sense. We can always grab just some ugly players down here, including like an estimate to get 2 sides of the Denver thing. I think we're going to do that instead. And the only way to make this work in a way that makes sense is if we take a Denver receiver here too. That way we have it, the Denver game paired up with the receiver. There's only a couple, like, because there's, based on ADP here, there's Troy Franklin. And here's, where is he? We got Marvin Mims right here. And I don't think there's another one that I can think of off the top of my head. So those are the ones that we got to choose from here. We're going to actually do that. I think it's funny and it might work. We'll have to get like an ugly QB maybe to make it 4 QBs in just this really awkward build. But we got like an awkward thing going here. We don't have really much correlation. We haven't got a whole lot of anything going on here. And so why not do it and see what happens? Okay. With this pick, we're going to take Troy Franklin. Just slightly above ADP, actually. 10 picks ahead, 14 picks ahead ADP. But what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to do a 3 rookie, 3 week 14 buy. And that'd be, this is going to be the wide receiver here, then QB, then running back, then 2 running backs and another QB. It's going to be just an ugly build is what it's going to be, but it's going to be fun is what it's going to be too. Okay, we're taking Troy Franklin here to build our impossible stack. Troy Franklin it is. Okay. Next one, last one here. We're setting up actually 3 different stacks in this one. Justin Fields, if everything goes right, is going to be our next pick after this one. We're in the 16th round, and I was considering taking even Justin Fields early right here, as opposed to getting him on the way back around at 197 in the 17th round, which, Fields goes in the 200, so even at 197, that's a little early. And there are a lot of quarterbacks available, which should be shielding me from someone sniping Fields, hopefully. On top of that, Bucky Irving has fallen. Has he fallen past ADP? What pick are we on right now? We're on pick 188. Bucky Irving usually goes 182. So he's fallen past ADP right here. And Bucky Irving makes this essentially a finalized running back room of Zamir White, Jalen Warren, Tajay Spears, Tyler Algier, Jaleel McLaughlin. Can't pronounce that one. And last but not least, Bucky Irving. And I feel really good about that Island of Misfits running back room. And then Justin Fields gives us three stacked correlated offenses, which I'm digging this. If I can make it happen, this third QB, I might be way off and just might not be smart, but I think there's something to it. And I like the Pittsburgh one because you can get them so late, and it makes sense from some of the pieces. And I'll bring that up later on, probably. I think it makes sense from some of the pieces at least. So we're taking Bucky Irving here. Surprised he went this far. And then we know what our next pick already is going to be, assuming we don't get sniped on that one. And Justin Fields drafted Bucky Irving here. Okay, that's our 4 drafts. Tell me how I did. See you on the next one. Peace.